Ready? So, starting off, a sphere of mass m and speed u. So you have your mass m, you're going speed u, impinges directly on a stationary sphere not moving, and it's of mass 3m. The coefficient of resistance between the spheres is E. After collision, I'm going to go for phi1 and phi2, not having any idea what they are. Now, find in terms of E the speed of each after collision. I'm going to start off with PCM. PCM is going to be m times u plus m2, which is 3m times 0, equals m times phi1 plus 3m times phi2. I'm then going to get phi1 plus 3 phi2 equals u. First simultaneous equation complete. Now, second simultaneous equation is going to be NEL. NEL is going to be minus E equals, yeah?
How do you get u on its own?
Divided by all the m's. Okay, now it's okay. Minus E is equal to phi1 minus phi2 equals u minus u1 minus u2, which is going to be u minus 0. Phi1 minus phi2 ends up to be minus EU. Stop there. Now, cheap one to get would be phi1. Very easy. Just multiply by minus 1. I suppose you could also just multiply by 3 as well. Just get the first one out while you're there. So phi1 plus 3 phi2 equals u. 3 phi1 minus 3 phi2 equals minus 3 EU. 4 phi1 equals u bracket 1 minus 3e. Do you see what I did there? I added the two of them downwards, and it'd be u minus 3 EU. Take out the u, and you get u into 1 minus 3e. Divide by the 4, and you get phi1 equals u into 1 minus 3e all over 4. Okay, so will somebody just check that one out for me, make sure I didn't make a mistake there. We're good. Okay, next question. Next part is phi2. To get phi2 out really quickly, what I'm simply going to do is multiply this one here by minus 1. Multiplying that by minus 1 will get us minus phi1 minus 3 phi2 equals minus u. And then the other one's going to be phi1 minus phi2 equals minus EU. Minus 4 phi2 equals minus u minus EU. Multiply both sides by minus. 4 phi2 equals u plus EU. Factorize out the u and then divide by 4, and that is what your phi2 is going to be. Okay, we're good. So that's your two. Everything else you've done there is pretty much not needed now. Okay, because you got your two velocities after collision, so phi1 and phi2 is all you need there. Okay, so once you get the two of these guys, you're going to bring them back up again, and now you're going to start on your next question. Show that the loss in kinetic energy due to the impact is 3mu squared over 8 into 1 minus e squared. So what we're going to do here is our starting off, our Ke before. What's Ke before, lads? Kinetic energy before is a half. It's going to be a half mv squared. What is the mass of the moving object? Mass m. Speed u squared. K after anybody? How many particles are moving after the collision? Two of them. The first one is a half m times this one squared. We've got to square out this here. So we're going to square that out. When we square it out, we're going to get u squared over 16. We're also going to get 1 minus 6e plus 9e squared. The second one is a half, is it 3m particle, is it? 3m? Mass 3m. So it's a half 3m. Square out the top, you're going to get u squared over 16, and then you're going to get a 1 minus 2e plus e squared. Okay, so plus 2e plus e squared. Okay, now what we're going to do next is I'm going to put them all over 32. Not going to even bother seeing if we can take anything out just yet. Just going to put all over 32. And put over 32. It's going to be mu squared into 1 minus 6e plus 9e squared plus 3 mu squared into 1 minus 2e plus e squared. Now, I can do a really cheap modification here. If you had a rubber on you, it's really easy. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a big bracket on the outside here. Big bracket on the outside here. This has to end up to be 3 mu squared. So I can just get rid of the mu squared. Still the same thing, isn't it? Because I'm multiplying the mu squared by this one here. And the mu squared back in here. Same thing. So, going to do next is going to be mu squared all over 32 into whatever this is going to be 1 minus 6e plus 9e squared plus 3 plus 6e plus 3e squared. Then what we're going to get here is mu squared over 32 into 6e's cancel. And then 12e squared plus 4. Then you're going to get divide by 4. Okay, so we divide by 4. Mu squared over 8 equals 3e squared plus 1. Now that's the ke after. Okay, and so the ke loss would be before minus after. Before was a half mu squared. After is minus mu squared over 8 into 3e squared plus 1. Going to convert the half into 8s. So I'm going to turn it into 4 over 8. So I'm going to have mu squared over 8 into 4 minus bracket 3e squared plus 1. And then gonna alter that into 3 minus 3e squared. Gonna factorize out the 3. And 3 mu squared over 8, 1 minus e squared. I'm only on part 2 now. Alright, part 3. If E equals a quarter, find the percentage loss in kinetic energy to the nearest percent. Great thing about getting marks in a question like this is just write down what you have to do. Percentage loss is what, guys? What would you say percentage loss is? Loss in KE divided by K before multiplied by 100 over 1. K before was a half mu squared, right? Loss is the same thing as 3 mu squared over 8 into 1 minus. Now what's e squared? E is now going to be a quarter. E squared will therefore be minus 1/16 by 100 over 1. Now guys, you're going to be really lazy about this. You're not going to spend all day doing fraction upon fraction here. Just get rid of your mu squareds. Go straight to the calculator. So what we're just simply going to do is like this. Enter fraction button start, fraction button again, 3/8. And then you're going to go to the right, open bracket, 1 minus 1 over 16. Close bracket, all over a half. And then going to have here 45 over 64, multiply that by 100 over 1, or just simply 100. And the percentage we're looking at is 70.31, round down to 70%. Okay lads, last one, okay? Find the maximum possible percentage loss in kinetic energy for E 0 less than or equal to E less than or equal to 1. So we're looking for the loss. What makes the loss bigger, lads? Look at this formula here. That's your loss in kinetic energy, isn't it? Yeah. Now, if E equals 1, what happens? If E equals 1, what happens? Sorry?
0 times 3.
So you lose nothing. There is no loss. However, if E is 0, what happens then? If E is 0, you lose 3 mu squared over 8 divided by a half mu squared multiplied by 100. So 3/8 divided by a half is the same thing as 3/8 divided by 4/8. Makes it 3/4 of 100, which makes it 75. 75 is the maximum you can lose.